What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back again with another update for you guys, and we have been waiting for some confirmed transfers. The latest we heard when I updated you earlier today was that Dyer had just arrived in Germany for his medical. Dragusin completed his medical last night, so we were eagerly awaiting for the official announcements, but they are now ready to be seen. Joining me today to go through looking at the announcements that we've got today and all the deals and giving his opinion is we got Sai from I guess we'd say from Portsmouth Spurs. Should we say that? That's
why not?
Why not? But Sai, how you doing today, mate? How you right?
Yeah, good, mate. Thank you. Obviously, delighted with the announcement of another player coming in such a short space of time. So exactly what we talked about the last week. So yeah, very, very happy after this one.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a very, very positive start to the transfer window for Spurs, and for many reasons, not just transfers. But without further ado, let's take a look at the official announcement from the club as of 7 o'clock on the 11th of January. This is what the club posted. This is the announcement video for Radu Dragusin joining Tottenham Hotspur on a 6-year deal. Sorry, I believe it's a 5.5-year deal with an option of an extra year. 30 million euros, 25 million in cash with a 5 million with bonuses. Obviously, here is the official announcement there. We are delighted to announce the signing of Radu Dragusin from Serie A side Genoa, subject to international clearance and a work permit. Spurs also confirmed he will be wearing the number 6 shirt for Spurs, which is a classic centre-back number, obviously replacing Davinson Sanchez, who was the last wearer of that shirt. And they've released some classic memes. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, you might enjoy this one. Radu Dragusin. He's also known as the Dragon, obviously, for obvious reasons. I think the way he looks and also his name, but that's a brilliant meme there from Spurs. More pictures of him in the Tottenham shirt there. Really fits it, doesn't it? He suits that white.
Definitely. Yeah.
Looks lovely there. And fully coys, maybe stealing from Paul O'Keefe there, Spurs. But he is now fully coys. There you go. The come on you Spurs, the classic. Get that from every player. And so, yeah, look, that is the announcement for Radu Dragusin. And obviously, this is a really important move for Tottenham, considering our lack of depth in centre-back. It's one we've been waiting for a long time. You know, we really wanted this one probably done in the summer, but we have got it over the line, and we've got it over the line in time for Man United on Sunday. And as well, him being 21, has good Serie A experience. Another one of the Paratici handbook as well. According to reports, Paratici had his eye on him for, obviously he brought him for Juventus, but Spurs have had their eye on him for a number of years now, especially since Paratici's come to Tottenham. We've been looking at him. Apparently, according to the Athletic, Juventus are already regretting selling him to Genoa back in the summer. I think it was the summer they signed him permanently for only 4 million, and he's already on the move 6 months later. But in terms of your excitement of this deal, Sai, getting a centre-back in, you know, we've been having to part with Emerson and Davis for the majority of the season because of injuries and suspensions to Romero and Van de Ven. So how much of a relief is it for you to finally get that backup centre-back through the door?
Yeah, massive. I think you could pull it back a bit further than that, just from the instance of, we spoke about before, the last sort of 2 or 3 windows have been very critical. It's very hard, obviously, this time last year to kind of see what we were trying to achieve, how we're going to rebuild, and of course at that time we were talking about a different manager, so that's one thing. But to have a new manager come in the summer, obviously the targets have been something we're not being used to, really. Like, we always tend to leave things quite late, and the last couple of windows have been, really good business, good monetary values, great players. Granted, there's been 1 or 2 players coming in, including today, to be honest. Like, I don't know a giant amount of it, but the fact of the matter is there's obviously a lot of work in the background. The networking aspect's gone really well into fruition here. So for me, I'm over the moon in the sense that we've done it quickly. We obviously had the anticipation of players going away for the the African nations and also the Asian trophies as well. And Werner's come in, and then a couple of days later, this has happened now as well. So the Dragon's here now, and I'm there may be more. I mean, we're always going to be in that instance as fans to be like, yeah, well, who's next? Who's next? But if we went and rolled back a few weeks ago when we were all talking about this on that panel about the critical positions that we needed to achieve, centre back and a striker or that forward area was definitely two of them. So it kind of opens the door up to see like who else we could potentially or need to bring in. But equally, you also made a good point. There's no point just bringing anyone in. It has to be a strategic position. So in Werner's case, 6 months, there's no major risk to that. We've got a defender in who's 21. And the broad scale of our team right now, that age gap that was growing over the last few years is now diminished quite significantly. So the other thing to the side of that coin is getting, I wouldn't say rid of, I think that's a bit of a harsh word, because these players, irrespective of what we think of them, they have been massive servants for the club. But we've been getting rid of the so-called deadwood in a permanent fashion in most cases as well. So we can't complain at all. I mean, there's more to be done. You can't have it just done in 1 or 2 windows. You see how some of the other bigger teams are doing it over a 2-year period kind of minimum. But you can't complain about this. This is absolutely fantastic. We're going through all the lineup possibilities and maybe not against United, but in a month's time, how strong and different our team is when we had all those meme photos in the summer of like, we still got like our players from 5-6 years ago. Now the only one left is Son. So there's a lot to take from this. I'm hopefully there will be a few more, because I think now we've lost a couple more. We need to bring in that depth. But I'm looking at the bench now, and it's kind of pretty much exciting to the sense that we've eradicated those older players, and we've got a team that you're quite excited for them to come on if they need to be. So I'm over the moon with this one. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and another player who's young, hungry, and adds to the maybe potential future of the squad. You're looking at now.
Yeah.
You got Sarr there, who's 20, 21. Udogie there, who's 20. You now add Dragushin there, who's just 21 years of age, and and obviously Van der Ven there, who's only 22. Really looking after the future of the team, I think, especially in the defense. There is one more confirmed deal we are going to be talking about. And this is a long-standing player. I'm sure it's going to come no surprise, but I'll just bring it up as another confirmed deal, which has happened tonight. And this is Eric Dyer has joined Bayern Munich. According to Spurs, on a loan deal for the remainder of the season with an option to make the move permanent. Obviously, his deal does run out in 6 months, so apparently. It must be something to do with FFP to get around, paying fees or whatever it is. According to Florian Plettenberg, the deal is it is actually a free, but if certain conditions are met, they will end up paying around 3 million euros. So apparently, and Bayern Munich confirmed that it was a 6-month loan with an option of a 1-year extension as well in his contract. So I'm not really sure how it works, because a loan deal implies at the end of the loan, he's not no longer a Tottenham player because he's only got 6 months left on his deal. So I don't understand what power Tottenham will then hold in 6 months to make Bayern Munich pay money, unless there's a clause in Dyer's contract, which means we've extended it somehow. So that it's not over. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure of the ins and outs, but that is the confirmed deal. The Eric Dyer as well. I guess we can watch a bit of this.
I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone associated with Tottenham, from all the staff at the training ground, at the stadium, within the community, the players, the coaching staff, all the managers that I've had along this way, the chairman, and everyone that is a part of the club, and then obviously my teammates throughout all my time here, the support that you've given me, the relationships that we've built. I couldn't have asked to be a part of a better dressing room for the last 9.5 years. It's been incredible to share that with you and share so many moments with you. And then obviously the fans, it's been a hell of a journey. The way I was received from the moment I came has been incredible. The one thing that always stood out to me was everywhere you go in the world, there seems to be so many Tottenham fans, and it always seemed to amaze me. So I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for the support that you have shown me. I hope you can experience great success with the club moving forward. I'll be watching and supporting and hoping for the same. And I hope to see you all soon. I'm extremely grateful, extremely grateful to have had these 9.5 years, and Tottenham has been a part of my life and my family's life for so long, and will forever hold a special place in my heart. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone, and see you soon.
Yeah, lovely message there from Eric Dyer. And let me also just bring up the confirmation on the Bayern Munich side. There you go, Dyer. This is a dream come true for me, because as a kid, you want to play for a club like Bayern one day. Bayern is one of the biggest clubs in the world and has an incredible history. And then I think there's him holding up the Bayern shirt. Looks a bit weird with him in red, but obviously, we got used to it with Harry Kane as well. And then here's the promotional video they did for Dyer.
Servus.
So there you go. There's Eric Dyer confirmation. He is a Bayern, even though obviously it does say a loan. Clearly that goodbye video is clear for everyone that it's not a loan. It's a permanent. Well, he's not come back to Tottenham. Essentially, that's the short end of it. I do wish him all the best. Obviously, 9.5 years, as he said, is a very long time, especially in this day and age. It's very rare to have players stay as long as Eric Dyer did at Spurs. And you got to remember, at the beginning of his career, what a fan favourite he was. Scoring on his debut against West Ham in the last minute. I remember that game against Man City when he scored. He scored from outside the box. And he said after the game, people talk about all rival fans talk about Spursy and things like that, and we don't like it, and we're gonna make sure that everyone knows that we're no longer that. And he's always been one that has been up for a fight, always been one to protect his teammates on the pitch, and those kind of always showed passion. I do think that probably post, I would say, like 2018ish, I would say there was a bit of a turn. He had injuries. He had that. I can't remember exactly what it was. He had a very bad injury or problem, like a physical problem that kept him out for a while. And he was never quite the same player physically. He couldn't really get around the pitch the same amount. He was never really able to play midfield like after that injury, like he used to. But don't forget, under Conte, he was absolutely brilliant in that run for top four at centre back, and he had his good moments in the last few years. And I do absolutely wish him all the best, and I thank him for 9.5 years of service to the football club, and he's always given his all whenever he's been on the pitch. But I think it is when Bayern Munich come calling for him, it's a brilliant move for him. I think it's the right time for us as well, where we're moving in a different direction as a club. So I do wish him all the best, but it was a really nice message that from Dyer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think, everything you've said there is very spot on. I just can't believe it's been nearly 10 years. It feels like yesterday. But yeah, I mean, to go to a club like Bayern, I don't know whether it's pre-planned or whatever, but it seemed to come out of nowhere only like maybe a couple of weeks ago, if that. And to have that at a stage of his career after, let's be honest, a bit stagnant the last few seasons. Wow, what an opportunity for him. I'm sure like every Spurs fan wishes him like massive success. I certainly do. I've always been frustrated, and I think we've mentioned this kind of philosophy before, but I think the frustration from my side comes from the fact that we knew a Dyer from before and always wanted that till the end of the day that he would ever leave or potentially leave. And I think that's the annoying thing, is when we see players decline. And we don't always understand, as you said, like the background. I know there's like some other things going on with him over the last year or so that, some people just don't comprehend or understand, like unless you're in those situations. So I totally kind of familiarized myself with what he was partially going through in some elements. But like, at the end of the day, you're sort of sitting there as a fan, as a football mind, that this isn't quite working out. And it's a shame for him that he didn't move on a few years ago, because there's always that bit of a trap in the mind that we're just getting frustrated with this situation now, and it shouldn't be that way, because he has been a great servant, exactly as you said. Like, irrespective of whether they're good or bad performances, he always tried, and he was always, Tottenham badge was on his chest, and it was within him, and I'm sure it always will be. So we can't take that away from him as a player and as a person, more importantly, at all. So massively wishing the best of luck. At the end of the day, from our side, the business is brilliant. The wages aspect is gone, so it's obviously helping towards some of the new signings. And it is definitely obviously a big goodbye there, just from the way the message was represented. It's not like, good luck, see you in 6 months. It was more like, thanks, mate. We know you're going. Have a good time. Try and do something elsewhere. It's kind of almost ticks the box. I don't really put Son in the same bracket, because he's been with us for a long time as well, but equally he's evolved and adapts, and that's why he's such a world-class player. But I feel like with Dyer gone now, bar maybe one or two still around, but maybe more in recent times, but he's one of the old era, where I finally feel like now we're kind of chopping the book in half. It's like the next chapter, the proper next chapter, without any of the lingering pages stuck to that page. Sounds like a crazy metaphor or something, but that's how it feels now. It feels like, okay, finally, Spurs fans have been on about this sort of thing for a long time, and it's finally happened, and it's happened within like two and a half, maybe 3 windows. Sorry.
You just think of the leadership group for the last like 10 years. Lloris, Kane, Dyer.
Yeah,
that's it, and they're all gone.
Exactly. The old guard that perhaps had their own ways and opinions, and maybe that did reflect on some other team members at times, but now it's just a complete overhaul. You've got a leader in Son, which I think was an unbelievably amazing decision. At the time I was questioning it, but now you've got this whole ethos around the team of just feels brand new. It feels new, it feels exciting. As I said, it feels like that Pochettino era, but something a bit more. It feels like it's actually glued together a bit more, and there's a lot more thought going into it. So it's been a really brilliant last few days. These signings come in, the players going out as well. I'm sure there's going to be more activity over these next few weeks, but we can't complain. We all want more, obviously, all the time, but we can't complain as to what has actually occurred in these 2 or 3 wins. It's absolutely phenomenal, and as you said, getting it done early as well. We're going up to the United game on Sunday with the ability to potentially play these new players already, and in conjunction with some of these players coming back, which is very exciting. So looking forward to the rest of this week, see what happens, and then obviously the Old Trafford game on Sunday. So well done to everyone at Tottenham so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's hope we continue to have a good window. I think I've got a feeling, unless there's something that really happens with Højbjerg, which at the moment I'm skeptical about. I think this might be our incomings done, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure we've still got 20 days left of the window, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of movement. I think we've done really well with the outgoings as well. I wish Dyer all the best at Bayern Munich. What a brilliant move that is for him, and a chance as well for him to hopefully win some trophies and see out his career with his friend Harry Kane, and really have. I'm sure he can do well there. I think in the Bundesliga it might suit him. Playing in a team that are going to dominate possession. And who knows what the future holds for him? Who maybe he can have a bit of a renaissance, at the end of his career over at Bayern Munich. He's only 29. I talk about him like he's 35. He's only 29, so he's actually not that old. So best of luck. I really hope he smashes it over there at Bayern Munich. But look, on to the next with Spurs and Dragushin, and that's the next era for us. And I can't wait to see him in a Tottenham shirt, and I can't wait to see him performing. It's going to be really, really exciting. But look, Si, appreciate your time, mate. Appreciate your time on this Tottenham update.
Always.
Let me know in the comment section below anything we have discussed on today's Tottenham update. What do you think of all the confirmed deals? Are you excited? Does Spurs deserve credit? Does Spurs need to do more? I want to know your opinions in the comment section below. But that is all for today's Tottenham update. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.